Do you ask basic questions or do you just presume? This is one of the biggest reasons that trainees fail the ADI Part 3. They presume instead of asking. I want you to imagine your pupil is coming up to a 30-mile-an-hour sign, but they're doing 45 miles an hour, or they're approaching a roundabout too fast. Do we just presume that they don't know the speed limit? Do we just presume that they haven't seen the roundabout and say, look earlier? Was that their problem? Let's find out. So here's the truth. Your pupil racing past the speed limit sign too fast or charging up to a roundabout might look like the same careless fault, but is it? If you presume, you'll miss the real cause and you won't give a right coping strategy or a remedy. If you ask, you'll uncover the truth. And the examiner wants to see you ask. Because do you know what? The same mistake could come because of 4 totally different reasons. And if you don't ask the question, you won't get the right one and you won't fix the fault. So this is where KUSC comes in, KUSC, knowledge. So with the speed limit, do they know how to tell the speed limit of the road? Do they know how to tell when the speed limit changes? Very often with Part 3 trainees, they'll say, Chris, what's the speed limit on this road? Oh, I'm not quite sure. And then you know their response? Do you know what? Neither do I. So if you don't know, why should they know? But you need to find out. Do you know the speed limit on roads and how to tell? No, my other instructor never told me. No, I've been learning with my dad and he just says, speed up, slow down. He tells me what to do. You can't presume they know these things. So there, the fault is knowledge. They don't know how to tell the speed limit. They don't know how to tell the change of speed limit. Is it you for understanding? How do we know the change of speed limit sign? Oh, I can see the 30 ahead. Very good. So when do we need to be at 30? Oh, once we've passed the sign, it means you need to start slowing down to 30. How many times has your pupil gone from a 30 to a 50 and they've started speeding up before they're anywhere near the 50? Well, now I can see the sign, the speed limit changes. So they've got the knowledge, but the understanding is wrong. Is it a skill issue? I don't want to press the brake too hard. I'm scared I'll skid to a stop. I don't like taking my eyes off the road in front of me. So it's a skills issue. Is it confidence? I didn't want to slow the car down behind me. It just worries me. So can you see the same fault is 4 different reasons? Now the standard response from Part 3 trainees is you need to look further ahead. I'm looking a good quarter of a mile, half a mile down the road. My issue is I don't know that 30 is a change of speed limit sign. I don't have the knowledge. So you're diagnosing the wrong fault. You're not being able to analyse it. You can't give me the correct remedy. So your pupil still has that fault. With roundabouts, use the same thing. Knowledge. Do you know how to identify roundabouts on approach? No. My last instructor never said anything. Do they know whether it's an open or closed junction? Are they looking for that? Is it their understanding? Who has priority at a roundabout, Chris? We do. So they've got the wrong idea. Is it a skills thing? Why are we charging up to the roundabouts, Chris? I don't want to risk stalling or kangarooing. It worries me. I don't want to do it. Why did we go charging up to that roundabout, Chris? Well, I've got traffic. and I just don't feel comfortable going slowly with all these cars around me. So it's a confidence thing. Is it a skills issue? Why did we come charging up to the roundabout, Chris? Well, I'm still trying to go into second gear. Or I don't want to take my hand off the wheel to go into second, so then I just kind of freeze and don't do anything. I don't want to take my hand off the wheel to change down into second at the same time as I'm looking if there's cars coming. So can you see, same fault, but for totally different reasons. You need to ask the question to find out which one it is. Recently, we had a pupil who was driving up the road. We were doing 30. There was a car a very good distance in front, wasn't close by any stretch of the imagination. And suddenly the pupil puts the brake on. And the first thing I said, why are we slowing down? The speed limit's 23. Sorry? The speed limit's 23. Where'd you get that from? That sign on the left with the green happy face just said 23. So what she was looking at was the speed management sign, which was just recording the speed of the car that was going in front of us. So you can't presume that people know things. You need to ask. So the same fault, 4 completely different causes, and if you don't ask, you'll never know which one. So as we said, instead of assuming they're careless, we can ask, do you know how to spot a speed limit change? What does that sign mean? When does it mean we have to be at that speed limit? What stopped you braking earlier? Were you worried about the traffic around you? Every question digs into their knowledge, their understanding, their skills, or their confidence, KUSC. And exactly the same applies on every subject that you do. So on roundabouts, do you know how to identify the roundabout? Do you know how to tell if it's open or closed? Where should we be looking for gaps? They'll all say the right, but do you as a driver, or do you look ahead and round to the right? What worries you most on approach, Chris? Knowledge might be missing the signs. Understanding might be not knowing who has priority. Skill might be fumbling for the gears. Confidence might be fear of holding up traffic, stalling, or choosing the wrong gear. Once again, the same fault, 4 different causes. And this is what part 3 is about. It's not guessing, not lecturing, investigating. It's pupil or client-centered learning. The examiner isn't expecting you to be a mind reader, but what they are expecting is you to be someone who asks simple, basic, targeted questions, because those questions show that you're client-centered. They show you can diagnose. They show you're an instructor they want on the register. So the next time your pupil misses a sign or botches a roundabout, will you presume, or will you ask the one question that saves your part 3 test? So basic questions aren't basic. They're the difference between failing and passing. Now, if this has helped you to understand the part 3 more, hit subscribe and join hundreds of future ADIs getting ahead. We'll see you here for our next video.